Hey guys, Kyle here. Today I'm going to be installing the P2P turbo heat blanket. It's the lava. This is this right here. Now, in case you guys are wondering why I'm probably red in the face and sweaty, is because in order to get this on, take off the intercooler. That's not a problem, but you have to take off your heat shield. So that nice heat shield that I bought, the SPT one up there, I can't use anymore. But the big thing was getting this bracket off, right? The heat shield bracket right here. I cannot break these bolts off for the life of me. Like, these things feel like they've got like 300 pounds of torque on it. I mean, but it's probably just heat welded from the turbo, but couldn't break that off. So I actually twisted off this piece right here so I could get the turbo blanket around. Then there's this other piece that goes below it, which is right here. This is actually sitting underneath this for the bottom brackets, and as you can tell, I had to bend the hell out of this to get this thing out as well. So once you guys manage to do all that, and there's also on that piece there are 2 bolts underneath here, just right underneath, so you're gonna have to get underneath the car in order to get those, unless you can get them without doing it, but I had to get underneath the car. But with this thing, comes with the heat blanket, and it comes with this little, I don't know if, I think it's stainless steel wire, but basically what you're going to do is, you can do this multiple different ways, but the end result is going to be the same, is having these things together like this, and you're just going to wrap them around like in a figure 8. I don't know if that's like a sailor's knot or something like that, I don't know, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little loop, so I actually have something to grab a hold on, and I'll show you guys that. But just making a little loop out of this, loop it around, and then feed it around just in a figure 8, and then once it's tied off, I'll like loop it under and scoop it back through itself and tie it in. Some way to keep it stay on there. But this blanket, it's really nice. It's made out of stainless, like I guess a stainless steel material on here. It's on the back, or metal. I don't know what it's in here, but it says it's made out of volcanic rock as well. I did a lot of research over a bunch of different turbo blankets, and this always showed up to be the best. So I'm gonna assume here that since these things are custom tailored to the stock turbos, is it's got these little grooves in here. Now you can feed this on down through here, and it's going to sit underneath the actuator, and your oil lines, so that groove will sit in here for the actuator, and then this covers this side like that, then down here, and that should be the placement. I'm gonna do some double checking, because since you cannot wrap this around all the way for obvious reasons. So with that being right there, you can now take our line, and you're gonna want to get this thing tight best you can anyways, just so it does not move. Fit it on up. Alright. So with that like that, let's get underneath the car and see what this looks like underneath. Alright. You can see the turbo blanket's right there. That's on the side I just ran up. And the other section is right there. So all I'm going to be doing is taking that line and connecting it, making it go from here across over here, and just tying it down so this way it's protected. So there's no way I can do this while holding the camera like this. I mean, there's literally, I'm underneath the car, there's no good spots to do this. So I'm gonna run this, or attempt to, and see what happens. So, okay, let's see. This is the loop that I was talking about. I already went ahead and cut this thing in half. I just folded it end to end and cut it in the middle. But I'm gonna wrap it around my finger. So there's a room on the end. And then twist this and together like this. So I know that this knot is not gonna come undone. So I'm gonna have a loop, and I'm gonna loop this around. This right here. And actually that's a lot smaller than I realized, so I'm gonna make that loop smaller. Or I'll just wrap it around like that on here. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna do that. So then we're gonna proceed with the figure 8 wrapping. Alright guys, so here it is with it on. I just wrap that around here. Going down. Alright, now all I was gonna say is I hope I did this right, because I've never put on a heat blanket before. But see, it doesn't really move. It's not in the way of the actuator. Just making sure everything's tucked up. So I'm gonna get everything back on. I'm gonna go take it for a drive. Make sure everything's staying in place. Make sure it's doing its job, and hopefully I did this right. So let's hope. Alright guys, so I just got done driving around. I got up to running temperatures, and I gotta say, I can place my hand on it and the temperature is bearable. My hand is touching it right now. I mean, it's bearable. It's like 100 degrees or something like that. I mean, it's this thing's freaking amazing. This is going to eliminate heat soak so much. Like I saw that these turbos typically get 450, 500 degrees or so, just after running, after doing hot lap and all this, and to be able to put your hand on it after driving around is, holy crap, that's amazing. So I gotta say, for right now, first impressions, I freaking love this thing. So you can see me moving it, so you know that I'm touching it. Obviously, you would never want to do this without, this thing on here, because you would burn yourself so bad. But yeah, first impressions, love it. Absolutely love it. Sucks I don't have my heat shield in here anymore, but oh well. Life happens, so now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this thing. Whether I want to keep it, sell it, or I don't know. I'll figure something out. So hope you guys like this, and stay tuned for the next mod coming up hopefully soon. So see you guys later.